students, this is your tutor Namonga, and in today's tutorial we are going to be looking at the grade 9 matrix multiplication. Specifically we'll look at by the 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so we're going to learn how to multiply a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, so just a recap, matrices we've learned, or you need to know. The first thing you need to learn is scalar multiplication, which is uploaded on my YouTube channel already. The next one is order. You start with order actually, then you go to scalar, then you go to addition and subtraction, then the last component is multiplication. So for multiplication, I've divided it into two parts. The first part is a 2 by 2 multiplication, and then the second part we're going to cover matrix multiplication, yes, but finding the value of a variable, and the variable is any letter from the alphabet in mathematics. Okay, in mathematics, a letter from the alphabet, let's say x and y, we don't call them letter x, we say variable x. So let's start with this one first, 2 by 2 matrix multiplication. So remember, in matrices, when we're doing the order, we learned that there are rows and columns, right? So rows, just for the sake of those that have forgotten, rows are sleeping lines like this, then columns are standing like that. So here we have row number 1 and row number 2, then column number 1 and column number 2. So to multiply a 2 by 2 matrix, you divide the first matrix into rows. So you have two matrices, like for question 1 you have matrix P and matrix what? Q. So for matrix P, I'll divide it into what? Rows, like that. Just draw a small dotted line with a pencil. Then for matrix Q, I'll divide it into what? Columns. Then you multiply row by column. So let's start solving. Okay, so here, sorry, just one very important thing I forgot. So we've learned that multiplication is commutative. By commutative, I mean, what is 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6, right? And if I also start with 3, 3 times 2, it will still give me 6. So 3 by 2, 6. 2 by 3, 6. Like for multiplication, you can start from anywhere. That is what the law of commutative communism says. But that law does not apply to matrices. So for matrices, if they say find PQ, meaning you first write P and then you write Q. If you swap them, you start with Q and then P, your answer will be wrong. So for multiplication in matrices, it is not commutative. In matrices, 3 times 2 is not equal to 2 times 3. Okay, that is very important. Please pay attention. So if they say Mn here, like this, find Mn, meaning you first write matrix M and then matrix N, then you start multiplying. If you write N then M, the answer will be wrong. Same as find matrix PQ. You first write P and then Q. You write them in the order they've been given. Okay, so since we're finding PQ, I'll write P first. 0, 1, -1, and 0. Then I'll write matrix Q, which is 3, -2, 4, -1. Then what did I say? For multiplication of 2 by 2 matrices, it's very simple. The first matrix, I will divide it into what? Rows. I'm dividing with a dotted line. The second one, I'll divide it into columns. That is very easy. The first one, I divide it into rows, the second one into columns, so that I multiply row by column. Again, this row by this column. I'm done with this column. I got the next one. Row by column, row by column. So you write the order you've been given. So this is matrix PQ is equal to the first matrix, you divide it into rows, the second one into columns. Then each column is multiplied twice because you multiply row by column. Again, this row by this column. We're done with this column. We got the next one. Row by column, row by column. So let's start now. So your matrix has to be big for this one because you'll be multiplying a lot of things. So the first one is this row by this column. Okay, so it will be 0 multiplied by 3, -1 multiplied by -2. Row by column. Then we deal with this one. 1 by 3 and 0 by -2. So let's start. The first one is 0 by 3 plus, it's plus because this is one thing, -1 multiplied by -2. Okay, I'm done here. Then the one that's at the bottom, it will be 1 by 3 plus 0 multiplied by -2. Okay, then the next one, we're going to this one now. Row by column, then down again, row by column. So on top here, I'm going to have 0 multiplied by 4 plus -1 multiplied by -1. Okay, I'm closing the big matrix now. Then down here, I'm going to have 1 multiplied by 4 plus 0 multiplied by -1. Once you understand this, you will not struggle. Divide the first matrix in 2 rows and the second one in 2 columns. Then, what I've been doing, let me just wait for it to be clear, okay? Row by column, row by column. Then I go to this one, row by column, row by column. I'm carrying out the multiplications now. So 0, any number multiplied by 0 is a 0. So 0 by 3 gives me a 0 plus negative by positive, negative. So plus -2 there. 1 by 3 here, this is 3. Any number multiplied by 0, 0. Again there I'm going to have a 0, negative by negative, positive. Then here 1 by 4, 4. Then that's a 0 there. Then my final matrix is positive by negative, negative. 0 minus 2, -2. Then 3 plus 0, 3. Next, 0 plus 1, 1. 4 plus 0, 4. That is my matrix PQ. Okay, that is matrix PQ right there. 2018 paper 2 is saying, given that M is equal to that matrix and N is that matrix there, find Mn. Remember, I said you write them as they are. So the first thing I'm going to write is matrix what? M. So this is now question 2. I'm going to write matrix M. Matrix M is 1, 3, and then 4, 5, and then matrix N is what? -1, 0, 0, 1. What did we say? The first matrix, we split it into what? Rows. The second one, we're going to split it into columns. So you multiply row by column, row by column. You're done with this one. You got the next one. Row by column, row by what? Column. So let's start multiplying. 1 by -1, then 4 by 0. 3 by -1, then 5 by 0, then we'll finish with this one. 1 by -1 plus 4 multiplied by 0. Next, 3 multiplied by -1 plus 5 multiplied by 0. Then the next one is, we're going to this row now, column rather. Row by column, row by column. So 1 multiplied by 0 plus 4 multiplied by 1. Then 3 multiplied by 0 plus 5 multiplied by 1. You know, there's a crux method of checking if what you're doing is correct. So these last numbers have to be the same on top and at the bottom. So -1, -1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. Have you seen? They have to be matching. If they're different, meaning you have done something wrong. So that's how you can actually check, just from my observations. So now let's carry out the multiplications. -1, this is positive, negative by positive, negative. So this is -1. Any number multiplied by 0 is 0. This is -3 plus 0 again. That's again a 0 plus 4. That's 0 plus 5. And our Mn is going to be equal to -1, -3, 4, and 5. I mentioned earlier in my introduction for matrices that you will not solve matrices if your integers are bad. So if you still have challenges with integers, you can just go check my YouTube channel and check up for integers and watch that video so that you recall. Because here you can know how to multiply, but if your integers are wrong, your answer is going to be wrong. Remember, math is practical. Let's solve as many past papers as possible, and it's best to do the last 10 years from where you are, because usually the other things will be out of syllabus. So this is 2025, meaning you're going to start from 2024, both internal and external. You count 10 years from 2024, okay? All right.